Ross.
It's amazing to me that people, particularly people on the UFO, UAP social media circuit, actually even bother to speculate about such a possibility that Dave is a psyop operation. To me, it's utterly implausible. But the reason why I think it's most implausible is because I don't mind telling you, I mean, privately, because of the research that I was doing for my book, I was led to a guy by the name of Nat Kobitz, who sadly has passed away, who was essentially the head of research and development for the US Navy, the chief geek for the US Navy. And I was very vague about this in my book, but Nat introduced me to a number of people. And those people, quite a while back, told me about Dave Grusch, about this guy making inquiries about the fact that there was a legacy program. And the people that I'm talking about are people who work in the legacy program, who are, in some cases, military, in some cases, scientists, who are aware, allegedly, of a crash retrieval reverse engineering program. So when I was introduced to David, I already felt very secure in the fact that he was who he said he was. And I also felt very secure about his motivations because I know the caliber of the man and I've been privileged. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, I actually think being an Australian has really worked for me in this investigation. I was really worried when I first started out, nobody would want to talk to me. But I think because we Australians have followed America in every sad war, and I spent most of my lifetime covering deployments of Americans and Australians into horrible wars in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. And I've been in combat. I've been in horrible situations with American soldiers covering my back in Afghanistan and Iraq. And the thing that I've learned is the huge respect and the relationship between my country and yours. And when I started reaching out to people trying to verify David's bona fides, I was amazed at the caliber and the seniority of the people who spoke as highly as they did of him. In fact, I've never, in the effort that I did, I actually spent extra time trying to find dirt on Dave because it just seemed so implausible to me that the guy was such a straight arrow. Yeah. And he really is who he says he is. And I even have access to his performance reviews. I mean, he's extremely highly spoken of. People who've worked with him describe him as an exemplary, an incredibly impressive intelligence officer. And that's why he found himself at such a young age given access, literally, the keys to the kingdom. The man is privy to the most important secrets in America. And there's no way he's going to tell me or you or George or Bryce those secrets. You know, he's a patriot through and through.
Let's drill that home. So Ross, I want to ask you one last thing, then I need George to answer, but let's drill that home. There have been people that have tried to get me and George to say that David Grusch gave us classified information so they could go directly after him. Has that happened to you? In short, because you throw bombs like it's World War II, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you got no problem, Ross. You just throw bombs. So shoot me straight.
Dave has not provided me.
Two things. Has Dave ever crossed a line with you? First question.
No, it's infuriating. He won't. He's such a straight arrow. He is absolutely religiously, rigidly committed to not crossing the line. The reason I know the truth bombs that I know is because of a vast array of sources that I've been privileged to be able to develop. And those sources have trusted me, and I will never reveal their identity unless they want me to. Some of them are at the stage where they might be prepared to testify, and a large part of what they've been doing for the last few weeks is waiting with anticipation to see how Dave gets treated by Congress.
100%. And so now, next question before we go to George to answer the whole, is he an intel operative, kind of, dissuading the public. Before we answer that, Ross, my second question to you is, because you throw bombs like they're atomic, I'm going to ask you a direct question, and I want an honest answer, or tell me you can't say, and I'll do the same. George and I will do the same. Bryce, you do the same. Are any of the people that you've been speaking with prior to actually knowing Dave, have they had hands-on experience with actual full craft or any component of the craft firsthand? These people you can't name, yes or no?
Yes. In some cases, those people weren't told what they were looking at, but they were aware that what they were looking at was not human technology.
And in some cases, they were told what they were looking at, right, Ross?
Affirmative.
Okay. George, what do you say about Grusch